Hello, viewers. Welcome back. Mrs. Maybe says here. I am very grateful to God for this wonderful day. It is cold, but yeah, I told you I'm managing. So today, before I share with you on what I have, I would like you to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. And don't forget to like my videos and share them with your friends, your colleagues, So today I want to share with you on something. In life we make mistakes and we learn from those mistakes, and that's how we get wisdom. So we should not be afraid of starting anything. We should not be afraid of making mistakes. We are not perfect. We learn and we continuously learn. And maybe you are better in whatever you are doing. So, as a couple, one day, we thought of buying a truck. So we saw this truck online. It was in Japan. So we decided that with the money we had, it was better to buy that truck. So we bought that truck, and it came during COVID, and we celebrated. It was in Eswatini. So now the truck was there. What are we going to do with the truck in Eswatini? It was not an easy question. What were we to do with that truck in Eswatini? Others would come and celebrate. Those who are good in business, or those who are into business, some of them, when they would see the truck, they were so happy and they were saying, yeah, you did a good thing. But deep down in our hearts, there was a challenge. What are we going to do with this truck now? It was the desire of my husband to have a truck, do business with that truck, and we get money. Myself, I am someone who was like at that time, always at home, always on a place I'm used to. If I'm to move, it should be on a place I'm used to do. So transport business. I told you from the beginning that when I grew up, I would stay at home alone, while others would go visit relatives, and I was young, but I would prefer being at home alone. So imagine me getting involved in moving up and down with the truck. That's not Giremakwari. That's not me. It was not easy. So my husband registered the truck in Eswatini, and then trying to make it being used for like commercial purposes. It was very, very challenging. The rule was it was supposed to be registered in the name of a local person, which means a Swazi person. And ourselves, we did not have Swazi citizenship. So my husband came and told me that We decided that no. How can we buy a truck? It was expensive. And then we register it in the name of someone for it to operate. And also we did not have a company. So, at that one we declined. We said no. If we want to change ownership and what, how are we going to do it? Will that person allow in future for the names to be changed once we register it in the name of that person? We said no. We keep our track. So one day, there was another person who said, we can do business. We can go to South Africa, buy peanuts, buy beans, what. And then we will sell in wholesale, in shops, and we'll make money. Myself, I was not part of that. So, my husband told me that, men, when they want to make money, so, once you have that track, you will not rest because you will be thinking, how can it generate money? So myself, I said, do you trust those people? How are you going to manage it? Do you have time to manage this track so that we will not end up losing that track? Because we are foreigners here. So, there was a deal. There were some locals who went to South Africa buying peanuts. They came with rotten peanuts, which was not easy to sell. Yeah, it was a challenge. Our man could not come back. We had a loss. So, there was another man whom he gave that truck and say, you can come and take the truck. Try to get money with it. That man also was not into business. These things sometimes it's not easy if it's not in you. Though you can try. So it was very challenging for that man. So people would come. I remember one of our friends, she would come and she would look at it and say, me, if I had this truck, by now I could have been making money. And me, when I'm looking at it, I'm wondering, how can I make money with this truck? We are different. Our capabilities are different. Yes, we may try to venture into whatever we come across with, but you'll find that if it's in you, it's easy. If it's not in you, So this friend would always say, if I had this truck, by now I could have been in Mozambique. By now I could have been in Matsamo. I could have been in Babane. I could have been in South Africa making money. For me, Girema Kwali, daughter of a farmer. I grew up in a farm. I don't like moving from place to place. No, I don't like it. I like it when it's relocation. Not when it's spending my day up and down, driving with the truck. Yes, I know there are some who say, it's because you, at that moment, there are certain things that even if poverty has hit you hard, you will never be able to do those things. Why? It's not in you. You face many challenges. It's not in you. You can feel it that this is not in you. It's not everything you will be able to do. I heard people saying to some of the people like who came like here in the United Kingdom as carers, and someone along the way realized that this work I cannot do it. And then some will start shouting at you, said, you want to go back? You die of poverty. You are less. You get used to it. It's not everything in this world you get used to. There are certain things that yourself, you feel it that this one, I cannot do it. And that feeling yourself, if you have tried and tried, and you see that this thing can cause more harm to me, you better leave it. Some died because of that pressure from people who say you can do everything. No. We have different capabilities, different talents, and we are different. Sometimes you may find that maybe your body is not that strong enough to do that job. You force someone and say, you can do it because of poverty, because you need money. Working that job, maybe it's in warehouse, maybe it's farming, maybe you, because of poverty, just, Some died because of that. Forcing yourself where you see that, I have tried, but this one is causing harm to me. So I want to say, from what I have learned, if you have started something and have realized along the way that this thing is causing more damage, more harm to you, and it's not profiting you, it's better for you to quit than to die. It's better for you to quit than to die. Let those who laugh at you laugh, but you know yourself. You are the one who know your body. Myself at that moment, it was those days when I was not yet that strong. And I knew it that myself, at the moment, I am not ready to operate this truck. I remember my husband used to talk to me, say, I bought this truck for you. And one day I said, when we were buying this truck, did we have an agreement that this truck is mine? We didn't have that agreement. Myself, when it comes to this one, I'm not capable, I'm telling you. I can try other things, not this one. So, we stayed with that truck. Others would come and say, the elders, you know what? With a truck, if you are not the one driving it, it will not be profitable. Because if you engage someone, that person may not keep it maybe the way you want. Not saying that there are no people who are responsible. They are there. But it's difficult to find such people. So, it's not easy. This business, from what we have seen from experiences, that's what other elders were saying. So, we stayed with that truck. You know, it's frustrating when we are seeing that truck, it is not giving you money, and there are times you have to just move with it so that, you know, every vehicle or a machine, for it to be in a good state, it should keep on functioning. It should keep on running, not being it's not being used. It was not easy. My husband was a busy person. I don't want to lie. He had no time for that truck. But he was number one in saying, we need to buy that truck. So, it was not easy. We decided that we take the truck to Zimbabwe. It happened It got registered there. And then what can we do now in Zimbabwe? You know what? My husband, where we stay, my husband went to those people that transport goods from shops to wherever, all over, and he asked them. He'd move from this one to this one, asking them about that transport business, carrying things, what. And then I remember him saying there was this old man who said to him, my son, this business, if you, the owner, and if you are not driving the truck, it's loss. If you are not driving the truck, it's loss. And remember, you are starting. You have only one truck. It's not like a company which is now established where they have their own way of managing those trucks and what. You want the business like you are starting and you have only one truck, and you find that you have little, I don't know, we call it little funds, I don't know English. So it's very, very challenging. So this man was saying for most years who were like profiting were those ones who would operate the truck by themselves. Not hiring a driver, you are not there. Yes, there are ways of trying to minimize stealing, what. You can put a tracker, you can what, but you know, people have their own ways of doing what they want to do. So it's not easy. So most of those he conducted were saying, if you are not driving that truck, and if you don't have someone you really trust, but mostly if you are not driving it, you better pack it. Okay. There was my sister's friend. The husband to that friend of my sister is a mechanic. He passed by our home and then he saw the truck. He said, congratulations, my brothers, congratulations. And then he said, because he has experience in mechanics, I don't know what you call it. So he said, yeah, congratulations, but you people, you are going back to Eswatini. My suggestion to you is you better pack this truck. Because if you look for a driver for this truck and the driver start using this truck, it will not spend 3 months. This truck, I'm telling you, and he won't be here. And you won't be using it. Pack this truck. So he was saying, from his experience of fixing cars, he said, the way even they drive in a way that it will destroy the truck. So you better pack it. That was his opinion. So it was like everybody was saying, pack it. There were others who were saying you can go to where there are farmers of tobacco. When it's time for them to harvest, they bring the tobacco to where it is being sold. You can have deals whereby you transport it and you get money. So they were saying that one is better. But then, who was to go with the driver? So that the driver will not end up doing, because when the truck is there, it should be there. Then they take the things from there to where they are being sold, the tobacco. So, it was not easy. Who was to be with the driver for, I don't know whether it's 2 weeks, it's a month, they trying to make money. It was not easy. So we thought of, let us look for a driver. And then this driver would try to go to the shops, you transport people's goods, and then what, you come with money, The driver took the truck. The second day, he went where he was not to go. And when he was there, the view mirror got broken. I don't know where he went, but he was just patrolling in Harare. We don't know. So me, as a wife, whatever we get, I don't want us to lose it. Whatever we possess is for us. I don't want to lose it. I said, you see, we'll end up losing this truck. We'll end up not getting any cent from this truck. Let me tell you, there's this story I know. There are these people, they were in a foreign country. So they decided that they wanted to venture into transport industry. So they bought a minibus. What do you call them? Where I come from, we call them combis. I don't know, in Eswatini they were calling them taxis. We call them combis, small minibus. Those ones that carry 18 passengers, 16 passengers, So they bought that one and they shipped it to Zimbabwe. And then they looked for a relative to drive that minibus. And you know what? From the day that relative started driving it, using it, they never got a cent from that. And you know what? Within 6 months, that relative who was using that truck, my mind is thinking about the truck, that minibus, got involved in an accident. And the minibus was, it was destroyed beyond what do you call it? Right off. What do you call it? So, thank God he did not die. But the minibus, that was the end of it. But thank God he did not die. But you know what this person said? This person said, they wanted to kill me with their tokoloshes. With their minibus, their tokoloshes. Their minibuses, tokoloshes, they wanted to kill me. But the time when he was making money, not giving these ones even a cent, the owners of the minibus, he was enjoying doing his things. But when he got involved in an accident, it's known that accidents can happen in transport industry. Yes, those are the challenges. Accidents can happen. But because now this one got involved in an accident, he was now blaming the owners of the minibus and saying, they wanted to kill me. He even shouted at them, you wanted to kill me, So, what I have I learned from this story? Sometimes we want to engage our relatives, but some of them are not good. It's not everybody who is not good, but some of them are not good. Sometimes it may end up making relationships to be sour. So, myself, I think, if you want to venture into this business, it depends. If you have maybe relatives you trust, you can use them. But for some, they ended up in problems with relatives. So it just depends. If you have relatives who are trustworthy, yes, you can use them, but you have to scrutinize, think and see whether it can work. That's what I've learned. For us, When we gave this driver, woo! So it was not easy maintaining that truck. I told you that when it's not in use, it will be deteriorating. So it should be in use. So we would fuel it so that it can just move, around, so that, the engine, run. Sometimes the batteries, because the more you are not using it, you know what happens with vehicles. It was not easy. That truck became a problem. It became a problem. Hey! Instead of that truck to bless us, it was like it's a curse in our home. That truck was like a curse to us. I said one day, what does this mean? When something is like you have bought something, you think it was going to profit you, but that thing is causing more problems at home. No peace, no joy. It is causing problems and problems. That truck, it was like a case. That's what I can say. It was like a case. You could feel it that, this thing is causing more problems. This thing should go. So, one day my husband said, this has failed. Let us sell the truck. And I said, this one. Let us sell it. Let it go. It is causing problems. Problems after problems. I will not tell you. It was just causing problems, that truck. So, we agreed on selling it. Chandakadzidza what I have learned. Don't venture into something just because you have seen others doing it. Don't venture into something before you do proper research. You want to venture into farming. What is it that you are going to do? What is it that you are going to farm? Is it crop, whatever? Is it animal husbandry? Is it horticulture? What are the challenges in that? How are you going to manage it? Some of us, we are too busy that we cannot manage or that business you want to start. Maybe you have that idea and you think that others will do groundwork for you and will make that business to grow. I want to tell you that every business you see, which is now viable, there are those ones who sacrifice. The founders sacrificed a lot. So you should venture into something you know that you have time to do it. If you are to use even workers, you have time to monitor them. You have time to make sure that everything is done properly. So check your time. Do you have time to manage that? With what you are doing also, do you have time? We did not have time for that track. Okay. Do you have passion? Personally myself, I did not have. I can say it was zero passion. So how it is going to move if you have zero passion? I don't know my husband, the percentage of the passion. In terms of time, he did not have time. In terms of passion, I don't know. I don't want to answer. But for me, I had 0% passion on transport industry. I was not interested in that. I don't want to lie. But yes, we wanted to make money. But so how is it going to be profitable? How are you going to establish that business? So if you hear that people vari kuita mari kumining, vanhu vari kuita mari vakomana, vanhu vari kuita mari nefarming, but you have zero passion in farming. You don't have time for that. Not talking of abilities, whether it's there in you. We have different abilities in us. And then you want to venture into that. That business will die before you even start. We tried, but we tried, but so we learned a lot from that. We have learned a lot. Whatever you want to venture into, do you have time? You want to start farming? You want to start whatever you want to establish, whether it's a lodge. Maybe you are in a foreign country, but you want to do it back home, you are not there. Do you have time to move up and down, up and down? You know, one day I saw a big farm which was viable. I admired it. The owner is in America. But the owner, when she was talking about her journey, for her to establish that viable farm, you know, she would frequently go to Nigeria. Frequently go to Nigeria. Yourself, do you have time for that? At your workplace, do you have time for that? Do you have passion for that? That will drive you so that you don't feel bored when you are moving up and down. Okay, do you have even the energy? I told you that myself at that moment, even if I was to try, I was not that strong. That thing you want to do, if it needs energy, do you have the energy? Do you have the energy to do that thing? If it's something that needs energy, those are the things we need to consider. Research. This research we started doing, we were supposed to do that research before we bought that truck. I'm laughing at myself. You want to do research when you are now when you are now in the middle. I don't know. You do the research before you start. I'm telling you our mistakes. So that transport business, it failed. It failed. Trying to sell the truck, you are not there. I advertised it on Facebook, on WhatsApp groups. I advertised it. You know, we'll do. My relatives advertised it, and it also took time for it to be bought until. But I can say, in God's plan, that truck was going to help us at a certain time we did not know. Because when we were selling it, there was no buyers. But they would come and say, hey, it's a truck, a good truck, good truck. Yet God knew that there's a right time for it to go. You know, that truck helped us when we were now in the United Kingdom. That's when we got a buyer. And the man we got from that truck, one of the things I can say we used it for was for the visa of another child. So at least we are grateful to God that at least we used man from that truck to let another child enter this United Kingdom. So my advice, I think I have spoken, is don't venture into something you don't know. Do thorough research. We need to make money, especially these businesses or whatever investments we want to do when we are far, far away from the place. You want to do it in Zimbabwe, you are here in the United Kingdom, you are in Qatar, you want to do it far, far away. You have to think carefully before you venture into that. Is it manageable? Is it manageable? Do you have those ones you trust who can also be of helpful? If they are employees, how are you going to make sure they do what you want them to do? How are you going to make sure they will not steal at you? I don't know. Doti kudiko. Mashiwa shandataura. Tatotaura. Saka, we really wanted to make money. But it failed. Zvakaramba. Tine zvinhu zvatakaita zvakaramba. Tinotoya tichitokuudzai. Aizvi zvakaramba izvi. Kuramba chaiko, kuramba. Handidi kunyepera. There was a time yandakambofunga kuti can take this truck, go and donate it. You know, when you are fed up with something, you end up thinking that better maybe if we can donate it, because this thing is causing us more problems, no peace. Okay. Do you know how you see that this thing, what you are doing, it's God's will? There should be peace. I'm just telling you, there should be peace. If you are venturing into something and there is no peace inside you, no peace, that's a sign that you are going astray. Come back. Stop what you are doing. There should be peace. When God leads you, there should be peace. That track, as for us in our family, it was like it was a case. It did not help us. So I don't know, maybe there are some who have ventured into that business and they failed like us. Lastly, before I go, one day I bought one day I was in a bus going to Mutare. So my neighbor in the bus was a lady. So I don't know how we started talking about transport business. Then she started telling me about their transport business, that they have 2 buses that goes to Messina, from Zimbabwe to Messina. So this woman started telling me about their journey of growing that business. And this woman said, for that business to end up like being profitable, she said the husband ended up saying, my mwana, what I want you to do now, every time when the bus is leaving for Messina, they were loading in Mbari. So they will be there to collect the money before the driver, So they take the money. Then they used to let the bus go without them. Yet they are starting. They are not like those established companies. So they to say, my mwana, zvomotoita panapa, imi makutofamba nebus. Imi makutofamba nebus. I'm saying in English. From today, my wife, when the bus is taking off to Messina, you will be there with the bus. You go to Messina with the bus, you come back. Every trip, you should be there. I will continue on this one. I will continue on this one. You know that story. I learned a lot from that story of that lady. I will continue on that one. So thank you so much. Thank you. Wish you the best for those ones who are venturing into any projects, any business, any investments. I wish you the best. But don't forget, do thorough research before you venture into something. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and share my videos and like my videos. I also want to hear your views when it comes to transport industry. How best can it be done? Because tinoda mari wedwe, tinoda kutoita mari. So tibatsireiwo vakambozviita, vari mazviri, vane zvavakadzidza mazviri. Help us. Come with your comments here so that we also learn. Thank you so much. Goodbye.